Last Friday night, San Antonio police made a grisly discovery after responding to a call about a suspicious person looking into parked vehicles. Officers were dispatched to the call. They encountered the scumbag in question, his name Bradley Adam Dimmick, 35 years of age, and Bradley Adam Dimmick told the officers, "Hey guys, not only am I looking into parked vehicles, but I just killed somebody." Bradley Dimmick gave the officers an address a few blocks away. Officers arrived at the premises, at which point they found blood and a dead dog just inside of the front door. They walked into the premises. In the living room, they found a decapitated human body with a large stomach wound. It has at this point been confirmed that the decapitated body is that of Keith Dimmick, 65 years of age, who was the murderer's father. We're told that both the body of Keith Dimmick, the father, and the dog, both bodies had large stomach wounds. Intestines were extruding from their bodies. Keith Dimmick's head was found in the bathtub. So an absolutely horrendous, barbaric, bloody scene. Bradley Adam Dimmick has been charged with murder as well as animal cruelty, and he's been held on a $1.5 million bond. So I applaud that, San Antonio police. A $1.5 million bond is going to be unachievable for most people, and I feel that that is a good thing. If you have somebody that is suspected of heinous acts, in this case murder of both his father and a dog, presumably the family dog, then you need to have them locked up until the point that an investigation deems that they're unlikely the culprit, or indeed perhaps until a trial takes place and a jury and a judge makes that decision. But at this point, Bradley Adam Dimmick told officers in the first instance that I just killed somebody. He led them a few blocks away to the family home where his father Keith Dimmick lived, and he effectively showed them Keith Dimmick's deceased body decapitated with a large stomach wound, intestines exposed, intestines extruding from the body, and also the family dog also killed with a large stomach wound. So I applaud San Antonio police for keeping this scumbag, this weirdo, this psycho, this clearly mentally ill person, Bradley Adam Dimmick, keep him behind bars. Thank you very much. Sure, he deserves his day in court. That will come in due course, but until that point, keep him away from the rest of society. We know a few extra details. We're told that Bradley Adam Dimmick was in a state hospital for approximately 8 years, where he received care for his schizophrenia and bipolar disorders. So he's clearly a long-term mentally ill person. We're told that he was released from the state hospital prematurely, and that since his release he hadn't been receiving adequate follow-up care. We're also told by family members that Bradley Adam Dimmick had previously attempted to kill his stepmother and had also previously attempted to rob a gas station with a deadly weapon. So he's clearly a troubled, sick individual riddled with mental illness, and we could say perhaps that the state mental health system has failed Bradley Adam Dimmick. Certainly it's very easy to state that the state, the government, has failed, society has failed the victim, Keith Dimmick, Bradley's father. His life taken away in such a barbaric, violent way. Keith Dimmick has definitely been failed by the system, as has his family and friends. Of course, full condolences to all those touched by the murder, by the horrific murder of Keith Dimmick. So are there any lessons to be learned from here? Well, we can say that in America, in San Antonio, and in other parts of the world, it would be ideal if the governments concerned, the authorities, the states, were able to increase their mental health treatment facilities, have more state hospitals that are able to, I'm going to use the word incarcerate, but that may not be the right word, but incarcerate those that suffer significant issues, be that schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, whatever it happens to be. I'm not pretending to be an expert in this matter. I'm just giving my layman's opinion that perhaps it would be ideal if the governments concerned had the resources to spend on the community's mental health issues. But of course, they don't have the resources. They're too busy giving taxpayer money over to the Ukraine and Israel and wherever else. Hundreds of billions of dollars have to be given elsewhere, of course. And with that, society, certainly in the West, is left with substandard mental health treatment. And it's a real shame. We've got to remember that life is never going to be perfect. Mental health institutions cost, I don't know how much, but tens of millions of dollars annually, hundreds of millions of dollars potentially, huge amounts of money. And society is never going to be perfect. We can never solve all problems. So I think it's fair and reasonable to expect that mental health issues are going to continue to occur. They're not going to be 100% treated. There's unarguably room for improvement, but nothing's ever going to be perfect. Is there more that we can do individually? I'm not sure. Perhaps we just need to be more vigilant about those around us. If we are aware of of people that display signs of mental health issues, then perhaps as a society, we ought to allow each other, allow ourselves, enable ourselves to be able to report such concerns to authorities. Perhaps if you think your next door neighbor is a bit of a weirdo, perhaps it is reasonable to allow you the opportunity to contact authorities and say, hey doctor, hey nurse, my next door neighbor's a weirdo. Here's why I think they're a weirdo. I'm concerned about them. I think they may be suffering some form of mental health issues, and I'm wondering if it might be in the best interest of society to have that looked at by a professional. Would such an approach be an infringement of privacy, of security? Perhaps so. But we just can't have it both ways, can we? We can't have everything in our favor. I personally welcome some infringements on our privacy. For example, CCTV. I'm all for that. Doesn't bother me. If every last building has CCTV on it, great. Don't get me wrong, I don't really want to be watched every second of the day, but if it leads to a more secure society, if it's going to lead to a lessening of crime, then yeah, I'm all for CCTV, and perhaps having more mechanisms that allow us to alert our concerns of other people's mental health issues or potential mental health issues to authorities. If we allow ourselves to do that, if there are mechanisms in place for that process to occur in a reasonable fashion, you can't just have somebody call up an authority saying, hey look, the next door neighbor's a complete weirdo, lock him up. Obviously, there needs to be protocol, but if there is a protocol so that things can be managed, then I don't know, I'd be all for that. But I've probably gone on a bit of a nonsensical ramble. Ultimately, I need to reassert my condolences for the family of the victim concerned, the father, Keith Dimmick, seemingly attacked, murdered, and beheaded by his own son, who thankfully has been arrested, has been charged, is being held with a very high bond against him, and also thankfully he seems to have confessed to the murder. It seems like it will be an open and shut case. Of course, the investigation needs to dot all of the I's, cross all of the T's. So we hope that that happens without any issues. But it's such a tragedy which is going to rock the Dimmick family. And unfortunately, it stems from mental health issues. So that's what we need to look at. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. If you're in a position to consider joining my memberships, please do consider that. Perhaps you're able to drop a super thanks. But it's okay if you're not able to do either. If you have any suggestions for me, anything that you'd like me to do on this channel, let me know. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've had a good amount of success and then I kind of like stumble, but that's fine. So I'm still figuring things out and maybe I'll be changing things up periodically. We'll see. But if you have any thoughts or suggestions, make a comment. But in any case, I'll thank you for your time. Take care.